with the very basics. What is a function? I like to say a function is an easy bake oven. Now, that's kind of a silly idea, I know. And we put something in, some kind of magic happens in the middle here, and then something comes out the other side. Now, an example of a function might be something like this. So what this is saying is that whatever we put in, which would be our x, is going to get multiplied by this 2. And then it's going to have 4 added to it. Whatever results then is going to come out the other side. Sometimes we refer to that as y. So if we should put a 3 in the in slot, what would happen? Well, that 3 would come in here and would get multiplied by 2. Two times 3 gives us 6. And then we'd add on that 4. What would we get out the other side? Hopefully it's no surprise to you that the answer is 10. Now, obviously we don't have to draw this machine and this stuff. Another way to write what we've just done here is to say we have a function. That function is based on putting x in. The function says we'll take 2 times x and add 4. This is another way to draw our easy bake oven. The way we say this is f of x. This does not indicate multiplication. It just indicates the function relationship that this function is based on an x variable. So here's our function. We know that our function is going to take some x in. It's going to multiply that x times 2 and then add 4. So if we wanted to put in the number 3 like we did on our easy bake oven, the way we tell the function this is to say f of 3. And that means simply to take the function that we're talking about and wherever the x is, put a 3 instead. That is, run 3 through our easy bake oven, our function. When we do that, we would get 2 times that 3 plus 4, which would of course give us an answer of 10. Our shortcut would be to write, if you plug 3 into the function, the answer equals 10. Please notice this is the same as writing it as a coordinate or an ordered pair. If x is 3, y is going to be 10. Please notice also we could draw a little table to tell the same information. Excuse my lines not being straight, but that table would say x goes in one side and y goes in the other, or y comes out the other. If we put 3 in for x, we would get 10 coming out the other side as our result. Now, because our problem doesn't state y's, it's kind of silly to bring y into this. So in fact, we would say if we put x equals 3 into our function would result with the answer 10. So this is how we'd write that. Please make sure that you're able to see how I converted from here to the ordered pair to our table form. Let's look at another example. Okay, so here we have f of x equals negative 5x plus 12. Before I even start anything, I really want to take a look at my function and understand what it does. Again, this is just saying it's a function based on putting x as a variable. It says my function does this. It multiplies negative 5 times whatever x there is, and then adds 12. These are both simple mathematical concepts. I just want to make sure everyone can look at a function and understand what that function is doing. Obviously, they'll get more complicated from here. So let's start with the table. In general, this will always be the way I label my table. It says if I put x in, this is the f of x. This is the result I expect to get out. Again, you may be used to calling this y, but we're going to get used to calling it f of x, knowing that they mean the same thing. So what if you were given a 4 in this box? Hopefully you understand at this point that this means we want x equals 4 to go into the function. I'm going to go up to my function. I'm going to drop 4 into this spot. It's going to multiply times the negative 5. It's going to add 12 to that result. And hopefully everyone is okay with the answer negative 8. Great, let's do one more. So go ahead and pause the video for a minute if you need to. Do some work here and find what number is missing in that box. Great. The next thing I want to talk about is what if we have a number here? What is this saying to us? In layman's terms, we're saying that the answer that came out is 27. So what went in to give us that answer?